So in this video, we're going to look at taking drainage drawings and preparing them for setting out. So if we put our grades and our levels on all our drainage lines, then we can set out and check any drainage anywhere on the site. So if we look at this drainage drawing, what we've done is isolated this particular layer, and we've got the individual invert levels. So what I want to do is select this line, right click, edit, and what we're going to do is put a new VPI at the start here. And often we can click the text. In this particular one, it's not, because it's actually picking up the S10 at the start, because this is all one line of text. So what we're going to need to do is just go back and edit that, and I'm going to have to manually type in. But often you will find you can just click the text. So the invert level here is 1880. We choose save, and we go down to the other side. We're going to choose add another VPI, and we're going to click on this here, and we can see the invert level going into that manhole is 17.89. 17.89. And if we just hit save. Now what we should be able to do is, we're not going to add any other VPIs here, but if we just go back, we can see that the slope should make sense. So we can see there's two VPIs, one at the start and one at 71.51 meters drainage along the line, and the incoming slope going into the manhole is 1.27, and the outgoing slope is obviously the same, 1.27. So that looks like a perfectly valid grade for a drainage line. If we wanted to get the disconnector levels here, so we don't need to worry normally about the disconnectors at the house side, but if we wanted to check the disconnector level here, what we need to do is tie that into the grade that's going through on the main sewage line. So again, we just right click, we choose edit to put a vertical point of intersection onto that one, and we're selecting the distance along is going to be the start of that or the end of that connector run. We're right clicking, we're choosing along the line snap, and we're saying we want to pick up the elevation from this line which has been elevated. So the grade of that line is all set to 1.27%. And then we can select this line here, and you can see here that the disconnector where it's tying into the sewer is 17.952. And we can carry on and do that for all the disconnectors. So basically with our sewage lines, we can go through in its entirety, and we're just selecting each line. We're putting it the invert level at one side, we're putting the invert level at the other side, and what we can also do is then tie in the disconnectors. If for any reason, we'll just run through a scenario here. So we're just going to right click, and I'm going to put a level here, and this is 17.815, which is on the drawing here for the invert level there. And then if we add here, and we do have this elevation option of incoming slope. So for instance, if we knew that that was a 1% slope that was coming in there, then we can type in -1, and you can see that it's actually going to give me a level of 17.270 based on a -1% slope from this level here. So sometimes you're working with a mixture of invert levels and slopes along the sewer line. So these are just a few of the tools that you use for elevating your drainage drawings. When they're elevated, then they can export it to the controller, and you can set them out as 3D lines, and you can set out anywhere along the runs. Thank you.